Let's be real. The price of Bitcoin has shown some very nice strength lately. What we're going to talk about today is, first of all, is it now time to buy Bitcoin in 2019 or rather wait? And secondly, on the lower time frames, is Bitcoin about to pop to 6,000 US dollars anytime soon? Also in this video, we're going to have a look at some fundamentals. Some people out there are worried that in the next bull market, there will be so many transactions again that the fees of Bitcoin are going to get super heavy. And last but not least, I want to prove why Wall Street is anything else than not interested in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And as always, if you guys like this kind of content, don't forget to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel. Welcome to the family, much appreciated. And now let's get started. So let's start off on the weekly chart in this most recent bull and bear cycle. What we're currently talking about to the top, to get to new all-time highs, Bitcoin needs to increase by 270%. So that actually means if you buy Bitcoin right now and it only goes back to its all-time high, you 3.7x your money. And well, probably I don't have to tell you anymore that it is most likely that Bitcoin at some point will be back at new all-time highs. Now let's talk about the daily chart for a second. Some people already have been pointing that out, and yes, we're actually going down a little bit in volume. But is this all too bad? Well, not really. So far, the price is actually holding steady, and maybe this just indicates that the big moves have been made from around 4K to 5K, and now we're actually still consolidating. So I would be not too worried about the current volume situation right now. But we'll definitely check on this channel how this will develop. What's way more interesting about the daily chart is the 200 moving average, and we're talking about a simple moving average. By the way, if you guys need tutorials for such basics, I have a free course, a free playlist, which is popping up on top of the screen right now, and also linked down below in the comment section with how to set up TradingView, how are these basic indicators calculated, what is the formula behind it, how can you use them, and so on. So definitely make sure to check it out. But what we know is that on the daily chart, Bitcoin surpassing the 200 moving average is definitely a very bullish sign. But what's even more bullish to me is, well, Bitcoin held that level and it's actually still showing strength, but we're going to have a look at that on the 4-hour chart later on. So if we zoom out a little bit in here, we can clearly see that so far the 200 daily moving average was rejecting the price of Bitcoin to get bullish quite many times actually. Well, here not that much, but you get the idea. And now we clearly broke through that 200 daily moving average, and once again we're holding above it. Awesome. Also, what's very bullish about the Bitcoin price right now is that, once again, we still do not have a lot of resistance up to approximately $6,300. So if Bitcoin can form a local new all-time high, well, we can definitely go up to $6,000 quite fast. And to be honest, that move in the next couple days is not unlikely at all. Let's jump on the 4-hour now. Well, on the 4-hour chart with the RSI, the Relative Strength Index, we have two arguments. One of them is stronger for me right now, and that's the ascending triangle. It doesn't matter if you call it an ascending triangle or whatever, but just looking at this chart, this is clearly bullish. Bitcoin keeps trying, and whenever there is a big sell-off, like in the candle over here for example, what we see is follow-up. The bulls are actually strong again, and it makes sense. If you think about it, there is a probability that the bottom is already in. So who is left to sell? Well, nobody. But on the 4-hour chart, you obviously can also make a negative argument. For those people who are following the channel on a regular basis, you guys know this definitely looks like another bearish divergence, which are playing out mostly to what they're indicating, like that there is going to be a correction, right? Because we're running out of momentum. But here I would say, if we compare the ascending triangle with the bearish divergence, that the ascending triangle definitely counts more. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, I would say it is actually very likely that over the next couple hours, next couple days, we're going to see a test for $6,000. Could it be that we're going to get retraced and pop back down? Yeah, definitely. But I find the move, a try, an attempt to $6,000 over the next couple days very likely. And on the 1 hour chart, it is getting even better. This ascending triangle was not just testing this level over here. In fact, we actually formed a slight higher high in here. And that is exactly what Bitcoin needs right now. Of course, it is not much, but it's not that we got stopped back before that level, before that new resistance level at like 5,345. No, we actually formed a higher local high at $5,352 on Coinbase, which is amazing and definitely, once again, also a bullish sign. Now, before I'm going to answer the question if you should be buying Bitcoin right now, we're going to talk about some fundamentals. Let's start with the transactions. Many people out there in my comment section and also in my Discord have been pointing out, but Sunny Decree, once again, the transaction fees, like you can see over here, are actually going up again. Think about the next potential bull market. Will the same situation will come back as it was in 2017, where all the Bitcoin transactions were super expensive? Well, let's be real here. Looking at the big picture, the situation is nowhere close to 2017. But yes, the answer is actually yes. It is very possible that Bitcoin's fees are going to get super high again. So basically, you have to pay a lot to make a transaction. But that fee structure of Bitcoin is very valuable because it protects Bitcoin from spam. Also, there's the Lightning Network. Now, for all those people out there who never heard about the Lightning Network, pause the video right now and check the video which is popping up on top of the screen right now, or also down in the comments, Bitcoin Lightning Network explained. And I have to be honest, guys, I'm actually kind of proud of this, that I already uploaded this on the 22nd of January 2018, where there were only 255 channels open with only 110 nodes and the capacity of 1.713 Bitcoin. And if we check the stats today, and that should also show you that no, this technology is not dying, and no, the Lightning Network is not bad. It just needs a lot of time to develop. Maybe it needs more time to develop than every one of us thought, but eventually it will get there. Number of nodes today, 7,873. Then number of channels, 39,071. And network capacity, 1,080.9 for Bitcoin, 5.6 million US dollars currently. I'm also running my own Casa node since like 3 months. I already set up the first Lightning Network node maybe 7 months ago, or maybe even a little bit longer. I also have the Tipping Me service. I also have a Blue Wallet on my iPhone for easy use. So you can see the Lightning Network is not dead. It is coming, so make sure you get informed and make sure you're going to be ready. Yes, it can be that the transaction fees are going to get high again, but once again, that protects Bitcoin from spam, and solutions are on the way. And the last information I'm going to give you before I'm going to tell you if you should buy Bitcoin or not is for those people out there who still believe that Wall Street is not interested in Bitcoin, get this. The Chicago Mercantile Exchange, which is the only institutional way to bet on Bitcoin right now, which is not Bitcoin settled, this is cash settled, but nevertheless, get this. CME Futures had a record trading day on April 4th, hitting an all-time high volume of over 22.5 thousand contracts. That is equivalent to 112.7 thousand Bitcoin, surpassing previous record of over 18.3K, or the equivalent of 64.3 thousand Bitcoin on February 19th. So yeah, for all your friends or colleagues who do not believe in Bitcoin, who think that Wall Street is not interested at all, well, they're wrong. Wall Street is interested in Bitcoin, and more institutional on-ramps about to come. Now here comes the most important question. Should you be buying Bitcoin now? Well, there are two answers for that. First of all, do you already understand Bitcoin? Do you believe in the fundamentals of Bitcoin? Have you read the Bitcoin Standard, for example? Do you know what sound money is? So as long as you cannot appreciate, as long as you do not see why Bitcoin is so innovative and as big as the internet itself, well, then it is tough to say, because then you're just speculating. Me personally, I'm not just speculating. My main part in Bitcoin is an investment. I know the potential. I understand Bitcoin. I know what Bitcoin can do in the future and why Bitcoin is an improvement to our financial system. So I truly believe in it. I'm holding majority of my stack all the way down from 20,000 to 3,000, and I didn't sell one single Satoshi off that main stack. Of course, I also have a speculative stack with altcoins and stuff like that where I'm just trying to make more gains. So first of all, if you're not sure if you should invest or not, you should do everything to understand the full potential of Bitcoin, because then it will be way easier for you to buy and hold Bitcoin even when it drops back, let's say from $6,000 to $4,000. Just an example in here, right? So you won't ever find the perfect entry point. Finding the perfect entry point at $3,150 is like pure gambling. Just a very few people were actually able to catch that perfect bottom, and most of them were probably dollar cost averaging in anyway. So if you are fundamentally convinced about Bitcoin, then maybe put a little bit in every single week or every single month and get that portfolio growing and growing. But no guys, Bitcoin won't go to zero. And most of the people watching these videos right now, they are gonna make sick gains in the future. No matter if they're just in to speculate or if they truly understand Bitcoin. But it would be way better if you would understand it, because then you could sleep at night and you won't be worried. But that is it already from me today. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hopefully see you all tomorrow in the next one. Bye.